Okay, so today's video is about tips on taking commission and about the type of photos that you might get from an owner wanting you to do their child's portrait or pet portrait. I'm actually doing this because I'm working on I want to have some new pieces for my show in a restaurant coming up in August. And it's a restaurant at a golf course where I live, and I'm trying to drum up some more commission work, so I'm doing some more pieces so I can display them and show the photos I work from, try to get some commission work. So I'm going to talk today about and show a couple samples of current projects that I have just done or am working on that are from not the greatest photos, not to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but quite often when you take commissions, someone provides you with a photo. It's a animal that's not around anymore, or no option to get a photo, so you have to decide if you're confident enough to take that job or not, and work from the photo provided, and sometimes you just must say no. Anyway, that's one of my 10 tips, and I'll go down my list. So here's an example right here of a not great photo. So let's see. I don't know. Let's hold it up here. Hopefully you can see that because my camera's over my head. The background is a couch with a couple pillows, a white pillow and a pink pillow, and the kitties are laying on a green pillow. So, and the lighting's really bad. So I've got all 4 things that I have on my list that I think are things you can work with in this photo. So this is a great example. This has a bad lighting. It's a terrible crop of the animals with all this extra stuff. The color obviously does not go together. It's not cohesive. And the background is terrible. So it's the background, the color, the cropping, and bad lighting. Those are the 4 things. So I've got all those issues going on here. But it's still a good picture of the kitties. So this is where your skill comes in, and you use your talents, and you change things. You take the bad lighting out of the eyes. You eliminate the background that you have, and you replace it with a more suitable background. You change the color of the foreground and the background to complement each other and the kitties. So this is where you use your skills. So this is, I've got my kitties already transferred to the spot, and I did crop them in from the original photograph, obviously, on the side, just a little bit on this side, all the way down, and I work in a standard size, and I recommend that people, don't confine yourself. If you want to work in any size you want, go ahead. But when it comes to framing and the cost of things, if you work in standard sizes, you just save yourself some problem later down the road. So I say, let's see. Let's just go down the list. Okay, that's the easiest thing. Always, if you're going to do a commission, always get a contract. Always use a contract. And say what your terms are in the contract. So that would be number 1. 2, clearly state your payment process, whether you want money down, payment along the way. Personally, I take money down, and then I get full payment at the end when they take possession. And I don't get signed off in the middle. I don't want someone interjecting in my process. So I showed samples in advance, and they should know what to expect from me. It just messes with my process if someone comes in and says change this or that. So I don't get a sign off in the middle, but you can put that in your contract. So that was number 2. Number 3, have the size of your finished piece of art in the contract, and also state whether you will have it framed or unframed. Sometimes this is better just to incorporate in and then add in and clearly break that down so your client can see what the cost of all that is. Sometimes that helps when your end number becomes large. Okay, so let's see where we were. Okay, and that's number 3. So that was have size in the contract. And I also, at the time of signing, will have a sample of a blown up copy of the photo that I'm going to work from and discuss the changes that will be made at the time. Jot that down in the contract and have that signed off too. So that is number 4. Get changes to the picture in writing. So here I'm going to change the background, and I'm going to change the color here, and I'm going to take the bad lighting out, and so I'm going to state that to my client. I'm going to put it in writing. I'm going to say what colors I'm going to change this to, and I'm going to get that signed off in the contract. Okay, that was number 4. Number 5, print multiple ways of cropping and give your clients a choice. This is a part I do give them a choice in, whether they want it in a, let's see, I'm going to show you this one because this is a better example. This is a commission I just did for someone's birthday. So this was my photo that I was given. I was given 3 photos. And as you can see, background not so good, so I had to decide what to do with this. So I always do everything in black and white, so I can remove the color from my mind when I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to make changes. So I did it. I cropped in because I wanted to crop out that background, so I did it in a portrait and a landscape. To give the client some choice. Okay, so what number was that? Let's see, that was number 5. Print multiple copies of cropping choices and give your client a choice. And you can also put that in your contract and sign off on it. Number 6, stick to your style. Okay, so show samples of your work, multiple samples, so your client's going to know what they're going to get from you. And if they want you to do something different from what you normally do, just say no. Just stick to your style. Okay? Number 7, don't practice for money. So that's, again, that has to do with number 6 about sticking to your style. If you're doing something that you don't normally do because they want you to do this or do that, and it's not exactly what you do, you're practicing. So you really have to be confident in what you're doing to do that. So don't practice for money. That's what I say for number 7. If you're going to do something new or try something different, don't do it at someone's expense. I'm not saying don't practice. Okay, I'm just saying, don't charge your clients for that. Okay. Number 8, don't take the job if you're not confident in what you can do for the person. If you have a bad feeling, if you think the person seems too demanding or wants something that you just don't think you can do, don't take the job. If the photo is really bad, this is not the greatest photo. I was only given 3, but I felt confident enough. I know the dog, that I could do a good job, and it came out okay. So don't take the job if it's a bad picture. Just don't do it. If you can take the picture yourself, then there you go. You have to add that cost into the overall price. Again, this all must be in your contract. Okay? So number 9, you cannot please all the people all the time. Okay? It's just a fact of life. I'm an artist, and I'm also a realtor, so I this is just from my years of experience. Sometimes you can just recognize you won't be able to please someone, and you can just step away from that. And so that leads me to number 10. And this is the very best tip I can give you. You can say no. You can just say no. Of course you want to say yes, but sometimes you just say no. So it's a really good skill. You sometimes feel pressured to do something you don't want to do, and so especially when it comes to art, if you don't want to do it, I say don't. Okay? And let's see, well, that was my 10 tips. This is sort of 11, but it kind of goes with number 6. If you love it, they will love it. So, you know, just do unto others as you would want others done to you. If you don't love it, then why would you expect them to love it? So, there you go. That's why they choose you, because they like what you do. So, don't try to pass off something that you don't feel good about. If you don't feel great about it, start again. Okay? So that's my 10 top tips for taking a commission. So on this one, since I'm going to make all those changes, I really have not decided what color for the foreground and the background. I am going to mask this off with Frisket and cut the cats out. I'll leave the Frisket down on the cats and pull the background and spray the background first and cover that back up and then spray the foreground. And then I'll pull everything off and start to work on my kitties. So that's the process I will do now. I am going to video this, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below. Or if you have any really great tips, I would love to hear them. Okay, I hope that didn't go too long. Alright, see you soon for part 2.